when I get around some of my friends' kids and they are so excited about marriage, oh my God, Uncle Tim, like this is a female voice. I can't wait to
It's a
get
good female
married.
voice.
And then I'm gonna have kids. But it's all in like the dream fantasy world.
Sure.
I think a lot of people just don't understand it's a beautiful thing. And because we're both Christians, God's grace is on us to help us, right? But it is a lot of work to deal with children, a marriage,
Hmm.
a business, and crap that you don't see coming in life. Okay?
Sure.
So address that on how you're able to handle that usually. Would you give yourself an A, B, or a C on how Jana is handling all this at once?
I would say a B if I was being honest.
I love the honesty.
I'm definitely not crushing it, but I always think there's room for improvement. So that's where I don't think I'm near failing, but I always believe there is room for improvement and room for growth and room for learning, which is why I would probably always put me at a B plus.
Yeah.
Because if I was to say I'm an A, I just don't find that to be the truthful answer really for anybody, because who's really nailing it? Who's really
Yeah.
perfect? I'm gonna right now I feel great, but tomorrow I might be so stressed because I've got all these things I got to do, and then I'm maybe feeling bummed about a career that, an audition that didn't go through. And so, I mean, we can't carry it all and simply give ourselves an A every day, because I just don't think that's true. But also something that our pastor was talking about in church too is you can't handle it all yourself. He said it will manifest in everything. If you're holding on to something, it'll manifest in pain in your body. It'll manifest with you not being a good wife or a parent. And the only place you can really go to is up and to pray and have him help you. Because I think
Yeah.
that's where I also go maybe B, is because I forget to ask for help from the
Yes.
person that can.
I love that you're bringing up these biblical thoughts. And I think that with any of us, you and me, that know how to do things on our own, you're right. Sometimes we need to stop, look, and listen, because we were so used to having to deal with it on our own before. And then you
Yeah.
start
And that's our
learning all these
mentality. I got
biblical.
to do it. I'm the only one that can do it. That's actually why
Yeah.
I might have been struggling, because I can't do it on my own. No way.
Okay. Talk to the clueless men that are watching and listening right now, because let me tell you, I'm going to confess on myself. So
Okay.
I
I
was
love
married
this.
for I was married for 11 years. I married into a really good family. She was going to USC at the time. She later goes on and gets her doctorate, becomes a college professor. And what happened with me is my life started to take off as a speaker, life coach, getting into Hollywood. I was so excited about this world that I did not think was going to actually happen to me. So I'd come back and I'd share all that with her. And she wanted to talk many times about like the curtains or the carpets or the changes. And then if we'd go to Costco, she wanted me to actually go into Costco with her. And I'd say, like, babe, how about you go into Costco? I got all these calls to make. I'm
Mhm.
going to sit out here and make the calls. But don't worry, I'm watching you. When you bring the carts out, no, she wanted my butt in the Costco just to spend time with her as well, right? So
Mhm.
that was like, I was like kind of clueless. So
Mhm.
even though I was super kind with her, because I'm a kind person, I had such a massive blind spot of like what a woman needs, that it doesn't just need to be like stimulation of excitement. Sometimes it's just like sitting with somebody and being in the moment. So
Mhm.
talk to some of us men that have these blind spots about that, the needs of a
You know,
woman.
it's interesting, and normally I would be like, yeah, I got a whole list that I would tell you. But what I have recently learned is what I could also be doing better as a wife too, because I would like to pose the question almost back to you. Did you feel like you were a safe place for her? Because I don't think, because we both want a safe place to land, right?
Yeah.
My husband wants a safe place to land. I want a safe place to land. But if we don't feel like that's a safe place, how can you land in that spot? So was I
I thought I
doing,
was. I thought I was, and this is where I missed it. This is like I coach a lot of men that do well. And this is what
Mhm,
they say. Look at the house she lives in. Look at the
I don't
car
care
she
about
drives.
that.
Well, see,
Yeah.
this is where we're a little bit off.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was only in my 20s, but that's how I thought. I'm like,
Right.
Miss, you
Yeah.
have a nanny. We have house
Right.
cleaners.
Right.
What am I missing here? So
Well, and
no, I was
yeah.
like missing something.
Yeah, and I think we both forget to be that soft place for each other, but also I will say this to the man and also to the woman too. What we are upset about, like if we're getting in a fight over a lampshade or the fact that, you don't want to go into Costco with me or whatever it is, it's never really about that issue. There's always something underlying. And so instead of attacking the person for, oh my gosh, of course you're getting upset again how I load the dishwasher or because I didn't fix this yet, go,
Yeah.
is what's underneath that is causing you to be upset about this. And I think that's the problem. We're always fighting about the surface stuff, but never going, what's underneath that? Why is she upset about the
Mhm.
lampshade? Because it's never really about the lampshade itself.
Yeah. I
It's what's
like this.
underneath it. It's the light that's
So
not turned on.
you probably heard this before. So Brene Brown, she talks about in these speeches that she gives that some days, not all days, she'll tell her husband, today I feel like I'm like only 30% of myself.
I love that. Yes. Love
And
Brene Brown
and
and that
so
theory.
so can you pick up the slack? I think this is brilliant. I
Hmm.
think it's so brilliant. And
Hmm.
um I think if I ever got married again, which we won't get into that right now. But if I ever if I ever did, Jana, I wish I had a little stick thing to put on the mirror and say like, today I'm like at a 4, so that she knows that I'm only just feeling like at a 4 because maybe I'm being sued by somebody or something didn't work or my left ankle hurts. Does that make sense? And then she
Yes.
can put next to it like I'm at a 3. So then the expectations like, okay, let's like cuddle, let's nestle next to each other and build each other up. What do you think
Right.
about
You
this?
both need a little love in the 4 and the 3 because the 7% is not going to get anybody off the ground. No, I love that. Brene Brown is so good too. She also talked about, she says, I think it's 4 great loves. And if you're lucky, it'll be the same 4 people. There's always something underneath it. Just like when someone's angry, they're not actually angry, they're sad or they're hurt. It's always something underneath that layer. And we can peel back the layers. But unfortunately, that's hard for, people to do because of their own shame or frustrations in life.
So I'll give you a Bible verse and then let's see what we do
Love.
with this.
Okay.
So there's a scripture that says, forget about the former things and do not dwell on the past.
Hmm.
So the word dwell there means to meditate. So there was a pastor years ago named Robert Schuller, and he would say, when you go through problems, don't nurse it, don't curse it, and don't rehearse it. So the Bible says, forget about the former things and do not dwell on your past. And then it says, for behold. The word behold in the Hebrew means look up and pay attention. And then it says, so behold, I am doing a new thing. Watch how
Hmm.
powerful this is. The word new in the Hebrew means never been done before. Never been done before. So, how awesome is that for me and you that God is going to take us into places, Jana, that we've never been before, never
Hmm.
been done before. But
Yep.
part of that is we have to continue to let go of some of the former things and not dwell.
Yep.
We can grow from them, but we have to behold that God is doing a new thing, never been done before. So when I say that Bible verse, what goes to your mind?
You know, for me, it kind of goes back to the whole theory of not sitting in it. If you are in and I look at it, I look more visual. So I am in the woods and it is dark and it is gloomy and foggy. To not dwell in it is to sit in that wooded,
Yeah.
dark place. You have to walk through the woods. And that is when you're going to see the light. That's when the storm is going to
Ooh.
go. That's when God is going to walk you. You have to go through that, because when you are lost in the woods, there is an out. You just got to find it, and you have to be the one to walk through it. You can't sit in it. You can find for when you first find out about something. Yes, sit, cry, be angry, whatever. And then you got to get
Yeah.
up. You have to see again. And there is light that is going to come, and you're going to say, oh, like, is that light? And then it's going to get lighter, and it's going to get lighter, and it's going to get lighter. And then you're on a new path. You have a new vision. Now, again, you can go, there'll be the setbacks that you talk about. You will find the woods again, but you
Yeah.
also have tools to go, there's the woods or there's the path. There's the lighter path. You're going to know a little bit more detours to not go back into the woods, because you trust yourself more to not go into the woods.